Hi everybody, Ananias here, and welcome to part 4 of the Vasteel series. Let's see where we left off. Yes, I have made, I believe, all of my movements that I want to. He's still in a city. Okay, oh, and right here you can see, um, that's the transport that I just purchased. And you can tell that he's got something in him. Number 6 there on the very far left. You look down, it says it's number 6, and it's the transport's called an Eagle. And then over there where the HP, the hit points are, he's got 100 hit points, but just below that you see the number 23. Well, if you go down here to number 23 on the left, that's the mech that is in the transport right now. So just kind of as a heads up there. Okay, so let's go ahead and end this. There's going to be we're going to get to the point where there's a lot of combat, and I think that's going to begin probably on this turn. If not this one, it'll be the next one. Yeah, there'll be quite a bit of combat here. So, okay, looks like we're fighting in the desert again. Grunt versus a scout. You always why is okay? I don't know why it didn't fire there. Old controller. Good and dead. Okay. You get close enough to him, you can kind of punch him there without wasting any ammo. It's just for fun. Doesn't do anything. But that is one issue you have with these old controllers. Sometimes they just don't. The contact points are just not. They're not what they used to be. I'm also using a controller extension that I haven't used in, I don't know, 25 years. So that might be where the contact point is. The bad contact point. Ah! So this is what I meant by kind of cheesing it. But it's not 100%. It's not like, you're getting away unscathed. It's just, we should be kind of trading off these mechs, and it's just not really the case. It's probably going to take him, 3 mechs to take out one of mine, type deal. And I'm okay with that, though. I was actually up in Knoxville neck of the woods yesterday. Well, I don't know when I'm going to release this video, but like I said, I was up in at McKay's. I was on a really tight time constraint. I was up there with a buddy of mine. I had to get up to Knoxville and go to McKay's and come back to up here to where I live. And let's see, I had to get back by 5 o'clock. So it was I spent the vast majority of that time driving. So sorry I wasn't able to look you guys up. I wasn't able to say hi. But it just wasn't in the cards, unfortunately. This is an awkward grunt, and I might take him out without him hitting me. I did. Sweet. Okay. I always thought the explosions looked pretty good on this game. Well, not just this game, but on this system, really. But they all looked very similar. Like the Gate of Thunder explosions looked very similar to these. I hadn't really thought about that, but they do. Okay, so his combat's over for this turn. And so I really do want to be taking out some of these cities, because otherwise they're going to have, whatever he's got, 2,600-ish he's pulling in each turn. So I want to put an end to that for sure. Let's see, and he doesn't really seem to be using much strategy here. He's just kind of flinging mechs at. Of course, this board's not very large. There is a level of strategy that they'll do on the larger boards as far as where they send particular mechs and stuff like that. And they'll kind of do like a pincer type thing where they'll send some mechs, out wide and stuff like that. They do some of that, which is pretty cool. A little unexpected at the time. I felt like a lot of video games back then that you didn't really see that kind of strategy from the computer. And maybe I'm just, I don't know, maybe I'm just a fan of the Turbografx and really it was everywhere. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, my nose is really plugged up today. I've got my allergies are absolutely kicking my butt. Okay. Yes, I can get to the city. Now, those flashing, I don't know, you'll probably see that. Those flashing bars way up here above my cursor, I have no idea why that's doing that. That's just some kind of bug. And I am playing on actual hardware. This is not emulation. So that's just some kind of like little glitch. But anyway, let's see if we can take a city with a scout. I'm already one up on them cities. You see there on the left, I have 8 cities. He's got 7. And then the F is factories. The U is number of units. I don't remember if I mentioned that even in the first video. But anyway, that's what all that means. And then, of course, the M is money. Okay, so let's see if we can take a city here with a scout. This can be a little nerve-wracking because the scouts do not have much armor. So I want to say 2 shots and he might be dead. Now, you can see that arrow there in the top left. That tells me where I need to be going for the where the center hub is. You want to get in a position where you're not going to get shot with cannons while you're trying to find it. What in the world is this thing? So you want these cannon things to be off screen as much as possible. No, I'm just like circling. Damn it. Nabbit. So it's obviously right there. It is. You kind of want to do one of these numbers. Whoop. This is exactly how you take out a city. Also, you want to be watching your ammunition there and not accidentally shoot more than you need to. And right there at the very end, I think my mech flashed. And that's one thing that, and this wasn't the only game that did it, but just in case you were to get stuck or something along those lines, eventually you'll start just taking damage every so often. And that's if there was like a glitch or something like that, where, like, for example, a computer mech might get stuck. It might glitch out and get stuck like on some debris or something like that. It's ultra, ultra rare. I think I only ever saw it once or twice, but it was their way of ensuring that it wasn't going to glitch out and you couldn't end the level, you couldn't save the game, you'd lose your progress and all that because the computer mech gets stuck on some debris and it just stays in the battle scene there forever. So anyway, so eventually after a minute or so, you'll slowly start taking a little damage, and that works on your mech as well as the enemies. So you do want to keep an eye on that. You don't want to take too long. Wow, is this one maybe in the exact same place, exact same position as the other one? Pretty darn close. Ow. Don't want to take any more of those hits. You can get 3 out with a scout. 3 shots. And just 1 more should do it. Okay. But 2 is pretty safe. Again, the trick to the cities, you just don't want another gun, another turret firing at you. And that's one reason that makes the final city a little more difficult. It's not only are the turrets in weird places, they're not set up to where you can see them easily, which makes it tough. But the primary nucleus doesn't stay stationary; it actually moves around in a circle while it's shooting. So and I think it fires more bullets than what that one does, or than what the cities do. I might be misremembering that part of it, but anyway, we'll get to that actually here. Not too awful long from now. So as I mentioned in the previous video, I don't want to send my scout up really far, and so putting him here kind of gives me a wall. Because this stuff is really difficult to go through. Just about any mech you have, it's one space at a time getting through this. So if I put this scout here, it kind of gives me a buffer. I've got this going into my one scout there, my second scout, and so I have a hole right here that somebody could get through. But like, if I had another mech here, it would be almost impossible for somebody to get to one of these spots because their mech would literally have to be going through this forest stuff, which is tough. It's not as bad as the rock terrain to maneuver through, but it's not great. So anyways, I'm just going to move him here so I can kind of keep them together anyway. Okay. And then sometimes it's not a bad... Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to try and take this city with this scout for two reasons. One is he's going to pull some of these... Actually, he's going to get absolutely just bombarded until he's dead. It really is a suicide mission. But it's also going to drop the Imperial's cities that he is going to have at the beginning of this next turn down by another one. That means he's going to get that much less payment. It's provided as long as the scout can take the city, it'll be mine at the beginning of his turn, so he won't get credit for it. Even if that scout dies, it's easily worth it, provided he can actually take the city here. So we're gonna give it a whirl here. And I'm gonna try and take that one down there with the blender, the one down there at the bottom of the map. Similar reason, but I might be able to hold it with the blender, so that's not as much of a suicide mission. Okay. Oh, there's the... You can see it right here. And this one actually is going to have a turret here. You can see it moving, and a turret here. So you're going to have to take out the turret first. And this is where it comes in handy, knowing where your mech fires from. It's a little tougher to do it from the top, but it's still doable. And from the top, I mean just from above. Crap. Crap. Gosh, I thought he was going to kill me. Okay, so mission accomplished. He's going to die pretty much immediately. Hopefully I can at least get a hit in on whatever attacks the scout. But he took the city. So, gosh, I almost wish he hadn't, so I could have moved in with... Well, I'd have had a hard time getting to it with anything else. I don't think I could have. So that's awesome. So he won't get credit for that city on his turn. Oh, I can't get in there with the blender. I thought I could. I can get in there with the scout, though. But I don't know if he's going to be able to hold that one. But I'd really like for him to not... crap, I can't get there either. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do this because, again, this move here becomes one of those strategic things. He's either got to move through the forest because he can't move through my mech. So it's more of a strategic move, just to kind of make it tougher for them to attack me all at once. So let's try and take one more city here. And again, if he can't take it, nobody can. I'm going to bring the bile up, I think, and attack that aqua grunt. I shouldn't have any problem being able to go that far. Okay. Well, all of these have been... Okay, perfect. All of those have been to the left. The nucleuses. Yeah, I'm glad the computer doesn't attack cities like this. It would make for a much more interesting game. And you know, I don't think I've ever played this game one-on-one. I mean, honestly, I could see a match lasting a long time. I played around a little bit with it, just kind of by myself, kind of taking turns and checking out the maps and stuff, but never actually done it. Okay, and one of the reasons I'm attacking this, going ahead and attacking these, yeah, I'm going to attack too, is because it's just to take pressure off of the scout. So let's make that happen. And I just sent that one scout kind of down there to the left just to go into that city, but I sent him down there by himself, so I'm really hoping he can take that city in the next turn. And even these scouts, even as quick as they shoot, I'm actually hitting the button before I'm facing the facing the enemy, just barely with the scout. With some of those others, you literally you push the button while you are faced 180 degrees away from him, and it's almost like as you turn around real quick, you're flinging your bullet at the at the enemy there. So let's do this one, and I'm picking the aqua grunt there again. I don't want to lose this bile because I'm really wanting to use him on um, the final city up there. And I don't want to put him here because I feel like some other stuff might be able to get to him, and the aqua grunt honestly is the biggest threat to that scout. So that's why I'm doing that. Okay, now this guy is delayed for sure. So we'll see if I can hopefully. Yeah, it's not nearly. But did you see that? I mean, it was like 2 shots. His weapon is so freaking strong. Because the aqua grunt, I believe he was at full health, which is I think 60. I mean, it's only their. It's basically the aqua grunt. I think is like their version of my blender. So I think it's um, the second cheapest mech they have. But still. Okay, let's see. He's still not at full health, but he's close. The boxer can't get onto the city, but this guy can. But the sledder still needs some help. Now, as you can see here, I can move through my own mechs fine. It's the enemies that you can't move through that can create a wall and that type of thing. But you can move through your own without any problem. Okay, let's just get this guy through the snow. Hey, he's probably going to be late to the party. I may never fight with the rebel. Oh, I can fight. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's check out another terrain. I don't know that I would normally make this move, but I'm going to do it here so you guys can see what the forest looks like. And honestly, I don't remember what this terrain looks like at all. But anytime you end up with trees and rocks and stuff, it impairs it. It makes it a lot more difficult to fight in. Absolutely, which should go without saying. But whenever you're using the fighting style that I am, where you're kind of shooting and running away. Okay, this isn't a forest. This is there's bushes and crap in the way, which is just as bad, really. Hey, I got him caught on a bush. Crap. No! Is this cheap? Yep. You're darn skippy it is. And I'll take it. Okay. And that really wasn't on purpose. It just, as I went around there, he just, kind of got caught there. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm not going to go anywhere else. But that wasn't something that was planned from the beginning or anything like that. Okay. So let's see. Do I want to bring these guys? I think I'm just going to bring these guys straight through. Ish. Just kind of spread them out up through here. So he literally is down to 3 cities. He's not going to get very much money whatsoever to start his next turn. So that's awesome. I don't know why I'm doing it like this. There we go. I should go to the find feature. Okay. Around. Gosh, these guys move just so much better in this desert terrain. Alright, and then I'm going to buy some mechs. Oh, wait. Okay, so here I finally get to show you what I mean about the transport thing. I think I explained it pretty well. You can move or unload. I can unload because he has a mech in him. If I ever want to see what mech is in there, you can just go to find. There's the transport. You can see it's in space number 23. You can see right there below the HP, that number. You can see 100 there, and then see number 23. And you can drop down to number 23, and he has a scout in him. And there's transport, and it's got a 6 next to him. So likewise, you can go up here and see number 6. That's the transport that he's in. So we're going to move it to here, and since he has that mech in him, in the transport's turn, I can then select it again. Obviously I can't move it because I already did, but I can now unload. I can unload select. In this particular transport can only hold 1, so I have nothing to select 2 except for the scout. I can then select the scout, and then he can move. This is incredibly handy, especially on the larger boards. Um, let's see, we'll just stick him up here. And then on the next turn, I'll literally move the transport right back down to this space, and then I'll load him up with another mech and do the same thing again. And it's handy having them because sometimes you want to make more than just one move like that. Again, especially on the larger boards, you're going to have multiple transports in order to get mechs to the front line. I mean, you don't have to, but it's just something that is kind of handy. Okay. Alright, now what should I buy? I kind of want to buy one of those transports so you guys can see how different. I think I'm going to just for the heck of it. Now, I definitely would not do this if it wasn't for just kind of doing these videos. I wouldn't because it's not really necessary in this on this board. But I want you to see kind of it looks totally different. So, and I might as well put something in it, but I don't think I'm going to this turn. I think I'm just going to buy a bunch more scouts. But I might as well. I can only buy. Let's see. I can buy one more. I think. And this will let me know. See if it'll let me put. No. So it'll only hold one as well. Okay. So I think I'm going to stop it right there. And I hope you guys are enjoying this series as much as I am. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And everybody, please take care.